Good morning, Lance. Tell us about how your filly's going to present for the Group 2 today.
Good morning, Jason. Look, she's very well. She's been off the scene since November, but she's trained very well. Looks in great order, and I'm very happy with her.
How excited have you been with her throughout her preparation, and when did you think that I've got a pretty special filly on my hands?
She's probably just one of those horses that was natural from day one. As soon as she was a very quick learner. She had a little bit of an attitude early on, but once she accepted something, she switched on very quickly. And probably the first time we galloped her, she sort of went, she might be a little bit better. So no, she's always shown and been very professional, which helps the 2-year-olds.
Obviously, we're watching her absolutely smash a 2-year-old field at Pukekohe on the 24th of November. It was a dominant sort of performance. What's happened with her between then and now?
Yeah, well, she was never eligible for the Karaka Million, being a homebred, so we weren't really keen to push her through Christmas. She actually pulled a little muscle in her hindquarters during that run at Counties, which sort of forced our hand that we had to give her a break anyway. I don't think that's hurt her at all. She's developed a little bit more, and obviously horses are around her will keep improving and developing. So it's just a matter of if she can hold that form that she showed in the spring. It was very exciting.
What are you expecting from her today in relation to what you saw that day at Counties? Are you expecting a better version of Bavella?
Yeah, it's always that's the $1,000,000 question. I was tempted to trial her before going today, but with the ground being so firm, we didn't want to risk her. So that's the $1,000,000 question. I think she's shown in her gallops at home that she's as good as in the spring, and I think she will switch on race day. And that's the exciting part about her. We just don't know.
Obviously, a big indicator as to what you think of her, and also the Lindsays think of her as sort of being nominated for a race like the Golden Slipper. What would have to happen for her to, get there?
Oh gosh, you've always got to dream big in this game and cover your bases. So look, she'd have to be winning today and go on and win the Group 1 in a fortnight in Auckland, the Sistina Stakes. So before you'd contemplate looking to take it to Australia. And as you know, with 2-year-olds, you do just really take them one day at a time.
She's a very short price favourite. What are your expectations of her winning? Do you expect her to win today?
My gut feeling is yes, I think she is capable of winning today, but you sort of can talk yourself out of it a lot of the times. But look, on her performances in the spring and the way she's trained, there is a little bit of improvement in her, but I'd still expect her to be going very close today.
In the race following the Kaimai Stakes, you have Prince Jabeel. Now, he has been a revelation over a mile and a half and beyond the last few months. Can you put your finger on what's clicked with this galloper?
I think he was just a very slow maturer, physically and mentally, and it was almost when he won his maiden, he finally realised, the penny had really dropped with him, and since that day, his demeanour changed around the stable, and he got competitive. His form's been very, very consistent, and I think he's still improving all the time. I think even next year, as a fully mature 6-year-old, you might see the best of him.
We're watching him fight on really well to place in the Wellington Cup at his last start, the 19th of January, behind Gorbachev and D&G. Look, he carried 59 that day. He drops down to a weight of 53.5. What do you expect from him today, given that no doubt you've probably backed off him since the Wellington Cup with a view to the Auckland Cup?
He had 10 days in the paddock after the Wellington. He'd had a few races over ground leading into that Wellington Cup. So he's naturally a fit horse. We haven't done a lot of work with him. He's had a couple of hit-outs, but he looks in great order. He's very bright, happy in himself. And I just don't know. He's one of those, it wouldn't surprise me if he ran a really cheeky race today. It looks like a nice race. the dropping back to 53.5 is going to be right up his alley. And with that little bit of freshness around him, you just don't know how he'll go over 2,000. As I say, I don't think I'd be surprised if he didn't throw in a really tricky race.
Given that, is he the type of horse, again, like he sort of raced and race well, ridden positively? Is that what you're wanting to see today?
Yeah, he's pretty. He's a horse that sort of needs to be up there. The barrier draw today sort of says that he will roll forward, and then it's all about the 10-5 of the race, and we're not afraid to, if they really slacken it off, he can just keep rolling. He's one of those horses that enjoys getting into a rhythm, and he can quicken off that and keep running. So we'll leave that to Michael to sort out how the race has been run. But I would expect him to be up in the first 3 or 4 in the running.